All right. I'm Joey. There's Coop pushing the buttons, the brains behind this whole fiasco, and welcome to the OFC. So today I get on Blabbermouth, and apparently Lizzy Hale is singing for Skid Row. I don't know if it's for a bunch of shows, if it's a couple of shows. Um, the guy he has some health issues. Long story short, and I hope he gets better. He's got to pay attention to that. I get it. But don't care about Lizzie Hale, and I'm not understanding why they just cannot have Sebastian just for a couple of shows for Sebastian Bach to sing for them. I'm not getting it. Don't understand it. I don't care that Lizzie Hale. Of course, I don't even listen to Skid Row. I never gave it, you know, whatever about him. But so the singer they had leaves for health issues, and instead of calling up Sebastian Bach, how about we do some shows, see how it goes? They enlist Lizzie Hale. Really? What do you think?
I don't have any hate against Lizzie Hale. I'm not into Hellstorm, but that is what it is. I respect her. She used to drink with Vinnie Paul, so you had to be a little metal to do that.
Yeah, yeah, didn't turn out too well for him. Speaking of speaking of that, there was an article this week. I'm not sure if it. See, I read when it comes to metal injection, blabbermouth. There's another one, Loudwire. And apparently, first of all, today popped up. Was it Chad Gray? Is that his name?
Yeah.
He did damn. Okay, first of all, I couldn't get into Damage Plan. I wanted to like it. I didn't like it.
He wasn't in Damage Plan. He was in
Yes, he
Hell
was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I got it. See there again. I didn't listen to Hell Yeah either. Hell no. Um, and he apparently it's something Vinnie Paul didn't want to do. The reunion shows. I can understand why. That makes a total sense to me. The issue I have is it's a shame that Vinnie Paul never ironed out his issues with Phil. It is. I mean, it's a shame that just to get in a room, you know, he couldn't do it, and it's too bad, right?
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, but I think the reunion shows are a good thing because there's people that they're young, kids. We call them kids because we're old. That are getting into Pantera. There's people that listen to Down. Oh, that's then all these side projects that all these guys have. Um, Pantera. It's good that these guys are getting out there and playing the shows. And it's I don't I, they people keep calling it a reunion. It's not a reunion because
It's
two
a
of the core
tribute.
people. It's a tribute. I guess it's been thrown around. I want to say Zach Wilde had made a comment. So did Charlie made a comment about doing some music, which that's fine, right? But you can't call it Pantera. You just can't because it's not Pantera.
No.
And for the love of God, Zach, I don't want to hear a bunch of pinch harmonics. I mean, that that's just a whole other discussion. But the funny thing is, I can do a pinch harmonic. I just don't like it. I don't like pinch harmonics. That being said, I think it would be interesting for them to do music. Uh, I don't. I mean, but it's not going to be Pantera. It might be in the same vein of Pantera, maybe, but there's only one
Yeah.
Dime that can write like Dime.
Right.
You know. And by the way, I don't know if a lot of people know this. Probably the hardcore uh, Pantera fans know, but Rex had a lot to do with their writing as well. So I think it's something that can be done. I don't know if I'd call it, you can't call it Pantera, but I think they should. I don't know. What do you think?
I think we could use a really good groove metal album these days.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I
I
think,
miss I miss groove metal so much.
yeah, there when that really first hit, Exodus, I don't want to say they copied it, but everybody, Overkill kind of did well, Overkill always had the slower songs, but they started to to kind of put it in there. I think it would be a good thing, but you got to keep the heavy in it. I mean, of course, you're not going to use the dime sound. I mean, there's more to sound. Everybody who plays guitar, you could buy the same gear that your idol plays, and you're still not going to sound the same. You're just not going. You might come close, because for the longest time, Dime was using the Randalls and stuff, and he switched to crank towards the end. I don't know. I think that would be a good thing. Um, but back to the Skid Row thing. I don't care for Skid Row. I think they should with Sebastian. I don't. To me now, I just think they're doing it out of spite because they're not. They would just be so much better if they could sit down like grown adults, and iron out the issues, and at least do a couple of shows just
It'd
to
be
see
great.
Yeah, what's good? What is it going to hurt? Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why it can't happen.
I know.
Vince Neil is back with Motley Crue now.
Yeah. The thing is, speaking of that, it's funny you brought that up. I think the best stuff that came out of Motley Crue was the stuff they did with John Karate. I do. I think it's their best stuff. I'll
I
listen
didn't.
when it. Go ahead.
I didn't listen to all the albums. I listened to the first one they put out with them, and I did like it.
Yeah,
It was different.
Yeah, it was more mature, not girls, all that stuff. Aaron and I listened to it. I can't remember. We knew somebody who had it, and we listened to it. And he, it's not something we would have gone and bought, but it was better. It was more. To me, it was more adult. Maybe it's because you had John who was writing as well. Uh, but yeah, as you said, if those guys can, hammer it out, and it's a business, so you got to eat. So I mean, I guess maybe. I mean, I've never been in a band situation, so I don't know. But everybody's got to get along, and I understand that. But at the same time, you know, they're all. I would hope they're all adults, and everybody's done their thing. And you know, Sebastian Bach has his own band. He's done Phantom Mode. He's done other things. People seem to get along with him, but Skid Row can't. Why? I'm not understanding. Or they, I don't know. Whatever. They can keep,
Yeah. I, I'm like you. I don't know a whole lot about Skid Row. I know the hits they had, but I don't know what the breakup was about.
Yeah. I I think I was a freshman when that came out. Maybe I was still in the eighth grade. I don't know.
You
But
were a youth gone wild, huh?
oh my god, it's not. It's just not for me. It didn't. But whatever. And the good news of the day, kind of. I don't know what's going on with Frankie because there's a reason he can't make these shows. I want to say it's in South America. I'm not for sure, but Dan Lilker, who was the original bassist in Anthrax, and he played with SOD. He's going to be filling in for Frank uh, Anthrax for some shows. I think it's great. Um, there was
Yeah.
there was it was on YouTube, and I stumbled on it on accident, and then I watched. It was like this long stretch of videos about Anthrax from the beginning to recent. And I mean, I knew about Dan Booker being in the band. I knew about that, but there was issues with the original singer, and so Dan was out. Whatever, the decisions were made. But did you ever watch that? Did you watch that
I've
documentary?
I've never seen it.
Really, look it up. It's just Anthrax documentary. They probably have a channel. I don't even know why it popped up in my feed, but it did.
Well, maybe because your
It's
son loves Anthrax.
yeah, he does like that. Matter of fact, he's been on spring break this week, and he's been because I know that he turned the stereo on because he moved the remote control to my stereo, and I said, "Did you listen to the radio today?" Yeah, well, I know what he listened to. He listened to Anthrax. Persistence of that too. Um, you know what? We should do a segment once we get this going.
I
Start
think Joey's having
introducing him.
some technical difficulties.
What happened?
Froze up a little bit. It's all right.
Okay. But and this having a weekly what should Ridley listen to this week and start introducing him to other stuff. Because I've got a pretty big uh, kind of sort of um, collection of stuff. I mean, I've tried to get him into death, not happening. He don't like it. He doesn't like um, what else? There's something else I played for him. He didn't care for. And, the one thing I can tell you what he likes, it's got to be catchy, right? And it's not the vocals. I mean, he likes Pantera. There you go. He likes Pantera. He likes Metallica. He likes Anthrax. It's got to be catchy. It's got to have. He didn't do the death metal that he didn't care for that. I think. I think the next thing I do want to get him into a little bit is Flotsam and Jetsam. I think he'll like it because he likes heavy. He does. He
Right.
didn't. Say what?
Nothing. I just said right.
Yeah, and I tried to get him to listen to Black Sabbath. That wasn't happening. And Ozzy, I like Ozzy. I think Ozzy, his No More Tears. I love that CD. I'll listen to it every once in a while. I think it's a really that one and the one that came out after it. But he didn't want it. He likes the heavy. He likes to hear that heavy guitar sound. So we'll see. That's all I
Yeah.
got. What do you think?
Um, I think he needs to hang out with me for a few days.
He would. I think he would. I haven't tried Slayer on him. Um. Oh, and he stumbled. Get this. So he stumbled on in his feed on his phone when he's waiting for me to pick him up from school. He was Judas Priest, Painkiller. Right. He likes the song. It's good. It's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Then I tried to get him to listen to. Have you heard Death's version of Painkiller?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way better. Everything about it's better. Ridley is not having it. He likes Judas Priest version. Said, all right. I think I think I'm gonna get him to listen to. No, actually, speaking of that, there was a song I played Demolition a little bit from Judas Priest, and there was a song on there he liked. I'm not sure if it was Devil Digger or something. There was something on there that he liked. I think after he gets burned out a little bit of Anthrax. I'm gonna try to throw that one on there with Ripper Owens singing.
Well, I don't know if he's going to get burned out. I've been listening to Anthrax since I was 8 years old, and I still love them.
Well, you know what I mean. You listen to something like I love Overkill. That's my band, but sometimes I just I gotta listen to something else. That's how I started getting into these other bands. We all have the band that we go back to. Mine is Overkill, and it always will be. But I love Flotsam and Jetsam. I love Nevermore. I love Exodus. There's a band that I accidentally got into, and I don't know what it is about them. It's called Evergrey. I don't. I'm almost sure you're not going to like them. I'll have to. If I had you to listen to a song, it would be. It'd probably be Torn. That was a song that came out, and there's another one that came. I can't think of the song because Cody really likes them too. I got him into them. I don't think you'll like. They're heavy, but the singing. Yeah, I don't know though. I could be wrong. You might listen to it and like it.
Yeah, I mean, I like different vocals sometimes, but just like Nevermore, I just don't
That
like that band.
that hurts me. Oh, and something else that popped up. Devin Townsend. he's got a new project. There's something else he's working on. I can't remember what the name of the band is or whatever, but he's doing something. It's supposed to be really heavy. So
Well, let's
I
hope it's more like Love, because that song is
did you ever listen
awesome.
to excuse me, the Devin Townsend project? He put out Addicted. Just it's a have you ever listened to that from beginning to end? It's really heavy.
I
Then he
listened
came
to a couple songs, but I've never heard the whole album. No.
just listen to Addicted first. Then he came out with Epic Cloud. I don't know. There's some songs of it you might like. Some of them you won't. I think he's a genius. He does a lot of stuff, but he does. I think like when it comes to women vocals, there's a woman. Her name, the one that sang with him on that. Her name is, and I don't know how if it's Anike, whatever. Van Giersbergen. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Her voice is awesome, and she was in a band called I want to say it was called The Gathering. I don't know. And then she did another thing, but that is who I think sounds amazing. Her vocals. She should be in a metal band. I mean, I think it was called Viewer or something. I don't know. But there you go. Why doesn't she sing for Skid Row? Because I really like her vocals.
I don't know. I don't even know who she is.
You're fired. But that's all I got. I mean, we'll go ahead and leave this in this video. But once we get rolling, and it'll take a while for us to get some you know, viewers, and I understand that. But we will eventually get on to a more steady schedule. I'm thinking Tuesday, a short one on Tuesday, short one on Friday, and then we'll do long one on Sunday. Because right now my son is still in school and it's just me and him. So pick him up and the homework and all that and dinner. But then of course summer's right around the corner. But we'll figure it out. That's all I got. It's been a tight week this week at work. So yeah, that's it.
That's what our channel is. We're just gonna ramble on a little bit.
We're just
And
winging it. That's all we're doing.
Hopefully entertain people. That's what we
Yeah,
want to do.
I think we could pull it off. This one's kind of a short one, and then I was kind of running around getting stuff done at the last minute. But yeah, we'll start doing Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Sunday will be the long form. So that's all I got. So if there's nothing else.
All right.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm there. Have you seen? I wanted to bring this up. The Omen. Have you seen any trailers for the new Omen?
I have, and I want to see it.
So do I. Because go ahead.
I'm a big fan of the whole series.
I am too. I even liked the remake. I did. I did like the remake. I thought it was pretty good. I'm looking forward to that. I think Sunday I'm going to take Sunday morning. I'm going to take Ridley. We're going to go see the new Ghostbusters. And he's also, of course, we're going to go see Alien Romulus. I wish they'd release that sooner, but they're not going to, of course. And that's not out until August. It's like at the end of the summer. Well, I'm hoping they drop one or two more trailers, instead of that short one that you and I went over.
I'm sure they will. That was a teaser.
Yeah, but it was, and the grief is, some people I mean, I'm not going to get into a long discussion about it. Maybe we'll bring it back up on Sunday. But I think the one thing it will definitely do is revitalize it. I think so. Anyways, that's all I got. I can just keep rambling, but I gotta eat. I'm hungry, and yeah. Anything else you guys want to say? Gotta say.
Nope.
All right.
We're out for today. And we'll talk to you all Friday.
Cool. No, Sunday.
Oh yeah, Sunday. I have a
because tomorrow's
event Friday.
Yeah, that's why we didn't do tomorrow. Okay, yeah. So yeah, see everybody Sunday. Later.